the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is Iracing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic, real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iracing.com.
Here we are, Five Flags Speedway, back with 4 Wide Motorsports, but Emmett, this time it's the Mini Stock Tour, and we're here down in Pensacola, Florida for an 8-week series, just like we had with the Modifieds, but we got the Mini Stocks this time, and Emmett, I got a go-ahead, and it was looking great for me because I got to see Mini Stocks for the first time this weekend when I was at South Alabama, so I am prepped and ready to go.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting. You know, I was talking with Yogi Schleer right before I actually came and got in the booth in the pits, and we were talking about it. I said, so give me, what do you think it's going to be like? And he said, dude, it's going to be a lot of good action. He said, y'all are going to be excited. So race fans, y'all sit back and stand on the edge of your seat because we're in for a great show tonight, Scott.
It is going to be an excellent show. I could not be more excited to get you the show here tonight. My name is Scott Shive, alongside Emmett Crow with Cody Deemers in production. We are here tonight. What do you expect? What do you expect, Emmett, here from Five Flags with these mini stocks?
Well, I'll tell you who I'm going to be talking about. Probably the driver that I think is going to do good tonight is going to be Mr. Daniel Mindthrough Jones. Daniel, you know, speaking with him, I asked him, I said, how's this track feel? He's really confident, and I really think he might come out and get a win tonight, Scott.
Could come out and get a win. Just have to see if that is a possibility. Got a few drivers in here tonight. A lot of them we have seen before, but there's one new driver that we got. Talk to us about, you know anything about our new driver? Normally you know a lot of these guys. Emmett, you know anything about our new man?
Yeah, that's old Grubby. You know, old Benjamin Hollenbaugh. You know, he ran on the console side, a good buddy with Daniel Jones and Yogi Schleer. So, yeah, great to see Grubby back here with FWM and looking to see how he does tonight.
Going to be an excellent night here from Five Flags Speedway. I love this track. I've gotten to go here quite a few times in real life. Drivers out here qualifying right now at the just short of a half-mile oval down in Pensacola. Have you ever gotten to go here, Emmett?
I haven't, but I actually have talked to, I have several of my family that live down there in Pensacola, and I've talked to them about it, and they said, dude, it is an awesome racetrack. And I just want to point out my buddy, good friend, Mr. Caden Honeycutt, won the Snowball Derby last year here. Well, this year. Yeah.
It is a really, really great track. And, you know, we always puts on some excellent racing, and I'm excited to see all of it go down here tonight because it is going to be hot. The action is going to be good. I'm really excited for these mini stocks. I really am. Right now, Terry J. Spainhour at the top of the charts. I was talking to you about, that race down at South Alabama with the mini stocks, and man, they were chaotic, but they were so much fun. I've heard they're just so much fun to drive. Talk to me more about this car, Emmett.
Yeah, so this car, I've never seen them on asphalt, Sky, so I don't know how they're going to handle on the asphalt, but I've seen a lot of them on dirt in my broadcasting career. A lot of dirt racing, and they put on a good show on the dirt, so I wouldn't expect nothing less on the asphalt.
Wouldn't expect anything less on the asphalt here tonight. Looking along with Bradley Young in the 89 machine. Look at that. That's a great paint scheme. Got a lot of good paint schemes I'm seeing in here tonight.
Look at old Gerald Berlin rocking the FWM colors with the FWM logo. Yeah, they like to play that Phasmophobia.
Man, he is drifting it around the bottom. Gosh, good
hang on to it.
vehicles out there tonight. He's doing that on purpose. He's just having some fun. He's completed his laps. Bradley Young, third on the charts as of now. Looks like every driver has qualified. 10 drivers here tonight. So Terry J. Spainhour looking at the top. Let's just watch him have some fun. Let's listen along.
I think somebody hasn't told him that he's on asphalt, because he is driving this thing like he is on dirt for sure with those power slides right there.
Yeah, no one told him. He's just having some fun as we get ready and get prepped for this race here tonight.
Oh,
and there he goes. He is going to finally send it around. Tried to hold on to it for as long as he could, but I just went around on him. Let's take a look here at what is up and coming for us. It's the 4Wide Motorsports LMSC Tour. They'll be at Hickory this Thursday, March the 20th. That'll be at 8 p.m. Eastern here on Elevated. Then it'll be it'll be the 2 nights of the Easter Bunny 151 this upcoming Friday and as well as Saturday. And then, of course, we'll have the Leadfoot Racing League at Bristol on Sunday, March 23rd. So from Thursday all the way to Sunday, we will have racing action. So do not worry, we will not be gone for too long. Emmett, tell me about what you were excited about here that we've got coming up next.
Well, I'm excited about that late model race at Hickory for the FWM. That's going to be an exciting race, going back to one of NASCAR's founding tracks, where they started. But then also, Scott, I'm excited about that Leadfoot Racing League at Bristol. As the viewers saw last night, as Jordan Black was able to hold off Travis Lapinus and take home that win. I think that's going to be a great race also.
It's going to be a great race. I am excited about it. It is going to be good. Those late model stocks at Bristol, it's really all based off momentum. And you really want to make sure that you get all the momentum you can, because if you lose it, you are going backwards. It's such a difficult one to drive, and you can take the high line there. We don't see a lot of tracks in the late model stock that you can go and ride the high line, but over there you can. And so it's definitely going to be an interesting one. Your thoughts on this race tonight that we've got ahead of us? These 10 drivers get prepared to go at it in the mini stocks.
Yeah, also, Scott, as we were talking about Bristol, another big thing, that's a big track for these mini stocks, being a half mile. So it'll definitely be crazy for sure. But like you said, multi-groove racing, you got to zig where you zig, and you got to zag where you zag. And it'll definitely be interesting for sure.
Yeah, that is exactly right. I could not be more excited about this one tonight, and I think we're going to see a lot of momentum-based driving here tonight, and this is a very big track in Five Flags Speedway for these small little mini stocks, the four bangers, as a lot of people call them, and they're just so much fun. You know, I saw them this weekend. I also saw the mini cups. Have you ever gotten to see a mini cup?
I never have actually.
They are tiny. Oh my goodness! Like I have never seen something like it, and full-grown men get into them. Yeah,
So I'm
those
being
yeah, the
told.
mini cups, they're I mean, they replicate that half scale of the cup. I think they're a fourth scale with how small they are.
Yeah, they really remind me of the legend cars because the legend cars are like the old moonshining cars, and that's what they're supposed to replicate. I'll tell you though, Scott, a big old fat boy like me, I don't know if I could fit in one of those for sure. They'd have to cut the
I don't
top off.
I don't hey, you have to get what they call a fat boy flap. I also learned about that this weekend. Oh, well, a Fat Boy flap, if you don't know what this is, I saw it even on the Pro Late model. The first time I saw it was on the mini, or what, no, it wasn't the mini stock. It was, what was it? It was the modified. And they had it on the modified, and I was asking my buddy who drives, I was like, yeah, well, the flap, he's got that flap. And he was like, yeah, you know what they call that? And I was like, no. And I was like, the Fat Boy flap. And I was like, well, that's pretty, I mean, you don't have to wonder what it's for. So, but yeah, I learned about that this weekend, and I was laughing pretty hard about what was going on with it. But saw a lot of stuff. We're talking about it, Emmett. Just so much fun to get to be at the racetrack. I know we have iRacing here when we can't be, but so much fun to always get to go to the track.
Yeah, it's definitely fun, and me and you were swapping stories left and right. I was telling you about everything, but yeah, I mean, iRacing's awesome to get to broadcast races, and do what we do. But when you're out there and actually in the booth behind the mic, watching the action, hearing the rumble, seeing the crash, it's just, oh man, dude, it is paradise for sure.
It is paradise. I got 4 days of racing action, and it was pretty hot where I was. 77 degrees, 129 degrees on the track. That is a blazer. So expect these cars to be a little bit slower than they would be normal. And glad to see all you race fans with us in the chat here tonight watching along as we get these drivers preparing to get into this session and up onto the grid. We'll have your starting grid in just a moment. Here we are, starting up front. It will be, I believe it is, oh my goodness, mine is messed up. It's Terry J. Spainhour. I had to look at which one of them was going to be first. He was fast. He won what was it? He won in the modified race in the championship race. Mm-hmm. And so in that 86, he has been fast. We'll see if he can translate that over to the mini stocks. To his outside will be Austin Cansdale. In third place, starting that will be the 89 of Bradley Young, and it'll be the 7 of Yogi Schleer. Row number 3, 5th, and 6th will be Daniel Mindfu Jones and Wayne Cannon. 7th, 8th will be the 6th of Gerald Berlin, and the 8th of Jeremy? Benjamin Hollenbaugh. Then rounding out your field in row number 5, Terry W. Spainhour and Adrian Featherston. So 10 cars make up our field here tonight. And look at all these beautiful paints. I love when drivers put on a ton of cool paint schemes, Emmett.
Yeah, definitely. Shout out to Adrian Featherston announcing that they have a new sponsor coming on board. So shout out to them. Big Chief, Featherston Motorsports, Big Chief Racing. I believe it's
Big Chief Racing.
I believe it's
getting into it.
Yes,
it's W Energy.
W Energy, yes. I believe that's who it was that he announced.
Well, always a big shout out to Studio 86, a sponsor here with the 4 Wide Motorsports Series. So 10 drivers making up this field here tonight for the 125-lap event. Terry J. Spainhour, Austin Cansdale take the green flag for 125 laps of racing action.
Yeah, we see TJ Spainhour. He's going to drive it down on the inside, trying to make the move, trying to get the advantage on Austin Cansdale, excuse me. But Austin just too good on that high line, and that could come into play as we go further on, Scott.
You can see Cansdale there not able to get the drive off, has a little bit of momentum, but will probably lose it here on the exit of turn number 2. That bottom line is where you want to be. Terry J. Spainhour solidifies himself into the lead, but Cansdale is right there on the back bumper. Battle back here for the 4th position. It's the 17 of Daniel Jones moving in front of Berlin. Berlin now to the inside here of the 7 of Yogi Schlier. So Schlier stuck on the outside early.
Yeah, stuck on the outside early. It looked like we had a little smoke and probably these tires as these boys are getting these cars almost sideways through the corner. They're whipping them for sure, Scott.
Cansdale not letting Spainhour get away too quickly. Want to make sure that Spainhour cannot make a mistake at this point, but still a long race ahead of us. But I think Cansdale is looking pretty fast.
Yeah, Cansdale looking really fast trying to get to that corner panel, but he's not going to be able to do it as they come into turn 1.
So Austin Cansdale in that green O'Reilly Auto Parts 33, hunting down the rear bumper of the 86 of Terry J. Spainhour. This is the battle for the lead. 5 laps completed here at Five Flags Speedway. Cansdale looks to the inside, backs out of it for a little. But I think Cansdale might be faster at this moment just by a 100th of a second. He is faster in terms of lap time. 6 of Gerald Berlin here on the back bumper of Daniel Jones. So 3 cars close here, all 4th through 6th. Meanwhile, Bradley Young has been sat out all on his own in 3rd. He's really in a land of his own.
Yeah, definitely in a land of his own for sure. And now I'll tell you, Cansdale is really catching up to that back of Spainhour each and every lap.
Cansdale waiting for his moment, waiting for the open opportunity. Meanwhile, a bit of a bobble for Daniel Jones. He's going to take it slideways to the high line. That's going to open the door back for Gerald Berlin in the battle for 4th position. You see him side by side here into turn number 1. Gerald Berlin gets a great drive down on the bottom, able to slide up and clear the 17. A little bit of a bump draft here.
Whoa.
Bit of contact sideways is the 6 of Berlin. That's going to open the door for Schlier to get on the inside of Jones.
Yeah, Yogi Schlier going to drive to the inside of Jones, and he'll try to take the spot away, and he will. Spotter says clear for a second, but Daniel Jones looking good on that high line for sure.
Yeah, Daniel Jones looking good for the moment, but he has lost 2 spots. So he's tried to make something work, but it is not happening. He needs to get back to the bottom, but meanwhile, he's opened the door for Benjamin Hollenbaugh. So Daniel Jones continuing to fall back. He's now lost 3 positions in the past 3 laps. So I guess Jones wants to continue to try the high line, but as we can see right now, that bottom line is definitely where you want to be, Emmett.
Yeah, it's definitely where you want to be for sure. And as we ride on, as we're seeing right now, Yogi Schlier is really coming through the field, trying to catch Berlin right here.
Schlier.
Oh,
that wasn't Schlier, that was Hollenbaugh. Gets a little bit of the wall on the exit of turn number 4. Able to block and keep that position back. We'll look through the field. It is Terry J. Spainhour still up front, then Austin Lucky Cansdale, Bradley Young, Gerald Berlin, and Yogi Schlier rounding out your top 5. Looking here, Wayne Cannon, he's got a little bit of damage. We're going to take a look back at how he picked that up. Look at him on the high line. This was earlier on. Looks like he's going to make contact with the 10 of Terry W. Spainhour. They're going to get down onto the bottom wall of turn number 1. No caution brought out for them, so we'll continue on racing, but that is why they are so far back in comparison to everyone else.
Yeah, definitely, and that's crazy we stayed green. I mean, that was right on the front stretch, and they didn't throw the caution.
Well, only 10 cars tonight. There was no real issue or worry of them not being able to get spun back around. I imagine we'll see a lot of green flag racing today. Your biggest mover, the 6 of Gerald Berlin. He's up 3 positions from the start of this race. Other movers are Benjamin Hollenbaugh and Adrian Featherston. Although your top 3 remain the same, that gap has widened between Austin Cansdale and Spainhour for that first running position, Emmett. So it looks like as we go on in this race, he will continue to string out.
Yeah, it definitely looks like that's what we're seeing, Scott. And it'll be interesting if the tire wear is going to play a factor, and if that's going to be a factor in this race as we get later on in the runs.
Definitely going to be a factor. I think qualifying and track position was extremely important here starting this race. You see, it's been so difficult to pass or at least get up to someone. A lot of these drivers really even on times right now. Spainhour still lighting it ablaze. He is a 10th faster than those around him. So that is why he has got a solid lead. Yogi Schlier looking towards the back of the 6 of Gerald Berlin. This is your closest battle on the racetrack with 20 laps completed, going on to now 21.
Yeah, Yogi's really catching up to Gerald each and every lap, but I tell you, Yogi's got a better line, it looks like, because Gerald started to run that middle groove, but then Yogi started getting it down to the bottom more, and that's allowed him to catch right up to that back bumper of the 6 car for sure.
So the 7 of Schlier continues to work to the inside of the 6. The 6 opens up the door a little bit. Could this be an opportunity for the 7 to get an excellent run? Schlier going to move it up to the high line this time, try to carry some momentum off of the corner, but he's going to lose time instead to the 6. Gains a little bit here down the front straightaway, trying a little bit of a different line, entering high, tries to come down low and get more momentum. That time he stays high out of turn number 2.
Yeah, it stays high, and I think that's what killed his momentum. He had the run on the bottom, but he thought maybe if he could go to the top, as it looks like we're about to have a battle for the lead, Scott.
Battle for the lead. Austin Cansdale back up to Spainhour. They've been running a little bit of the same times recently, but that last lap, Austin Cansdale was a 10th faster. That time, almost identical lap time. So Cansdale trying to capitalize here on, I believe, what was a mistake from Spainhour.
Yeah,
we need O'Reilly's 33 machine. Here it is. The door might be open. That 86 is going to have the run, but that 33 is right there waiting for any moment, Emmett.
Yeah, definitely waiting for any moment. And you got to think about Cansdale. He's been so close on those modified races. Definitely has to be hungry for that first win in the FWM series.
Well, here it is, side-by-side racing down into turn number 1. The battle for the lead is on. Austin Cansdale started on the outside of this race, but now he's down to the inside of your pole sitter, Terry J. Spainhour. Spainhour really driving it off into the corner on the outside. They remain side-by-side on lap number 28.
Yeah, it looks like Cansdale's just trying to get enough side draft, as he got enough side draft right there, but if he can get off this corner exit and clear Spainhour, then I think that car's going to be a rocket in clean air.
Spainhour really making it tough, able to find good momentum on the high line, really enters in with a lot of speed, but now he is faltering. That will give the lead to Austin Cansdale. Lead change for the first time today.
Yeah, what a drive for Austin Cansdale. It looked like Spainhour's car could hang tough on the high side, but as the runs went on and Cansdale's car got so good on that bottom line with the grip on that on the apron, almost on the apron, excuse me, the white line, he really was able to rocket around and get past, finally get past Spainhauer.
Well, as we have a new leader, we're going to take you side by side, but don't worry, you won't miss an action presented by Stagger Pros.
Welcome to Elevated Television. We are home to the Pitfall Podcast Tour, the Madhouse Racing League, and if you are looking for a league or in a broadcast company looking to shine and show your name out there, look no further than Elevated Television. We do more than just broadcasting. We also do quality edits with HD picture quality and more. Here in just a few of what we do here over on Elevated Television. Overlays. We do all forms of racing from late models to NASCAR. So if you're a league owner looking to get your league out there, look no further than Elevated TV. Make sure you check out Elevated Television on YouTube, Facebook, and more. And since we are elevating your game, high-quality sim racing broadcast since 2022.
Basket can't defend. He's got the outside line for the second part, and he can't hold on.
Going the long way around. We're going to be 3 wide for the lead as they all come to the line. Who is going to take it in the end?
And here comes Lockwood. He's going to make the move to the outside. Quinn tries to force him off a little bit, but there he goes. It's going to be side by side through turn 1.
Will he be able to cover him off? He does. Weaving back to the left-hand side. Reynolds is trying everything. The kitchen sink is being thrown at it.
They're leaning on each other. Coming into turn number 3. It's going to be a drag race through 3 and 4. Coming back to the line. Here comes Trish on the bottom. Richard's going to hold the inside. Tries to be the late breaker here. They're going to be side by side through the final chicane. They bang doors, but keep it clean.
As that's still 4 wide on the run down into the back straightaway. Demerit's looking for a line as well. What is going on in Michigan?
Novak into the fence. They're still beating and banging.
Oh
and to the line.
He is much faster coming through there. Is there damage on Challenger? Abramitis is ahead. There's going to be a race to the line. Who is going to get it?
in Pensacola. Battle is on near the back. This is Adrian Featherston fighting with Terry W. Spainhour. They've gone a lap down, but the 10 of Spainhour is going to go on through. Featherston not having the race he would have wanted to, qualified last, so he has moved up a little bit, but 8th of 10th is not too excellent in terms of your running. Bradley Young in the 89 has moved up a position. Terry J. Spainhour has fallen yet again, so I've got to imagine tire wear is coming into effect.
Yeah, definitely. Tire wear is definitely coming a factor, but as we remember seeing Bradley Young in qualifying after he ran his laps, just having fun around the track, running hot laps, this boy was drifting around this track. I mean, that car was almost sideways every corner, so yeah. And
let's take a look back at this pass for a second. This is Bradley Young on the inside of Spainhour. So Spainhour looking like he just does not have the speed that he did early on in this race. Tried to battle back on that outside, but eventually had to give it up to the 89. So Bradley Young up to second. Meanwhile, Austin Cansdale has a 3.2 second lead on Bradley Young. Talk about some security.
Yeah, definitely. But I'm looking at the scoring monitor, and we got to find out what happened to Daniel Jones, because he was running up in, I believe, 6th or 7th, and now he's 19 laps down currently.
Yeah, Daniel Jones must have just gone out right when we left to go to the side-by-side. So we'll have to see if we figure out what happened to him or if it will just be a mystery for us. So I'm hearing that it was the power went out at his house, Emmett.
Yeah, he's had that happen a couple times on the console side, so hate to see it on the iRacing side with his PC.
7 of Yogi Schleer down into pit road. So the first driver to come into the pits here tonight. Didn't know if we would see these pit stops, but here we are, pitting a little bit sooner than halfway.
Yeah, very interesting call from Yogi Schleer. It looks like he's going to go with 4 tires right here. Get those tires. You know, he was running really, I think he was running 6th at the time, so kind of a strange call for him to come in, but that might play into, he might be thinking later on in this race, Scott.
He might be thinking about later on with seeing the tire wear, at least from Spainhour. I've got to imagine these drivers might eventually come into the pit lane. They've lost about a second or so from their fastest lap time. So tire fall off over the 60-lap run has been about a second. So Yogi Schleer, if he can get out there, start making up some time on those fresh tires, he could get back into it a little bit. I want to give another big shout out to all you race fans in the chat. Thank you for watching along here tonight. I can promise you that these 4-bangers are exciting. We're going to go to some great tracks here this 8-week season. I know that this track's a little bit long for these 4-bangers as we see another driver, the 10 of Terry W. Spainhour, here into the pit lane. Will we continue to see drivers slowly dive down to pit road, Emmett?
Yeah, it'll definitely be interesting. But yeah, it looks like Spainhour Nation is all up in our chat, so thank y'all for tuning in. But it'll definitely be interesting to see if drivers, I don't think the leader will, but Brett, well, as I said that, here comes the leaders.
Here comes the leader, Austin Cansdale, Bradley Young, all into the pit lane, Terry J. Spainhour. So it looks like this halfway portion is exactly when they wanted to bring it to the pits. So see, they got to make it a perfect stop there. Don't slide through the box. It looks like all good for Cansdale. But it's a long pit stop. The mini stocks, they don't do quick pit stops.
Yeah, they don't. But look at Benjamin Hollenbaugh, or as we call him in FWM, Grubby. His first race, he's out here leading.
Well, and before the pit cycle, he had gained 4 positions. He was up running in 4th, So I know he's got the lead now because of the pit stops, but he has been moving through the field. Got to wonder if we were to get a caution, if he would be able to get out there and maybe battle with the likes of Candale or Bradley Young.
Yeah, definitely. It would be interesting for sure if he would, but I tell you, he's running a fast race, and I can't wait to see if it plays in, if he gambles or what will happen.
I'm not sure if he might take the gamble. Him and Gerald Berlin, the only two drivers to not bring it into the pit lane. Time difference between Austin Cansdale and Hollenbaugh is, I believe, it's more than a lap. I can tell you that. Cansdale is 1 lap down, but I'm trying to do some math in my head. I believe it's just around 25 seconds that Hollenbaugh is out in front of Cansdale. So got to wonder if Hollenbaugh might stay out here.
Yeah, it'll definitely be interesting. And if Gerald Berlin comes in, then he'll lap the whole entire field, which would be crazy. And that would really be costly for these other drivers if we were to have a caution, because there's only one free pass.
Well, it would be extremely costly because that would trap all them a lap down. They would have to take the wave around if that is possible for them, and that would give the lead back to those who had been on the lead lap in the first place. So you can see Bradley Young getting back on the lead lap there, but that's one thing you got to think about, Emmett. These drivers on new tires can come and get their laps back.
Yeah, they definitely can, and it will really be interesting as we see Hollenbaugh just out here running laps. When will he come in? And it looks, nope, he's going to stay out. I thought he was about to come in, but wow.
Well, I think at this point he's committed. He's losing a good chunk of time to the leaders, so might as well stay out. I mean, I think with some of these leaders being so far back, Spainhour is now about 25 seconds back. So I think, we've got, let's see, I'm mathing again, 55 laps, now 54 laps left in this race. And so you've committed at this point, might as well stay out to the end.
Yeah, definitely should stay out. And it's going to be, what I'm seeing is his car is really good on these long green flag runs. So say he comes in, he could drive right up there and battle Cansdale or Young for this lead.
Could battle for the lead. Have to see how the strategy will all play out. Here's your other driver that has decided to stay out here on the road, on the racetrack. It's at 6 of Berlin, and here we go. Hollenbaugh abandons his strategy and comes in the pit lane. Berlin will come in as well, so that will give the lead back. Well, I didn't even think about this. It'll give the lead to Bradley Young, not Austin Cansdale, because Bradley Young had a faster pit stop than Cansdale. Could that have been the yes sir moment of the race, having a good pit stop for Bradley Young to leapfrog Austin Cansdale?
That's definitely a great call, but how many did he take? 4 or 2? That is the question, because, you said he had a faster stop.
You make a great point. He took 2. That's what it was, 11 seconds in the box compared to everyone else's 23 seconds. So I imagine only right side tires there for Bradley Young. So I have to see how those 2 tires will hold up for him in that number 89. Cansdale right now, 3.8 seconds back, and that gap is slowly closing.
Yeah, but look at Yogi Schleer. He came into the pit 6th, and he comes out of the pit 6th. Great. Oh, and Grubby almost lost it right there.
There you go. The 8 will give it up to Yogi Schleer, so Schleer could have gained another spot. Looked like Schleer has been pretty strong at being able to fight with some of these drivers. I know he lost some positions off the start, but he has looked pretty strong to be able to get back in it. Meanwhile, Hollenbaugh not quite able to give it to Schleer, even though he has fresher rubber.
Yeah, not quite able to, but I got to give a shout out to Wayne Cannon playing the playing the strategy, which now we see he went a lap down, but he must have pitted. But he stayed out, and he was running in third or fourth for the longest time on the lead lap, but now it looks like he might have pitted.
Might have brought it into the pit lane. We continue to watch along here with the 8. I think those tires are coming to him now. Had to get some heat into them to get that maximum grip, and he will go down to the inside of Schlier. Schlier not able to battle back this time. Might have a bit of an edge here, as you see. Hollenbaugh goes way high, but he'll have good momentum off the corner. So Yogi Schlier back down into 6th. Benjamin Hollenbaugh up into 5th.
Yeah, I thought Yogi was going to try to pull the old crossover move right there, but he just couldn't get enough momentum on corner exit. But, yeah, great move by Hollenbaugh. He got up to the high line, and then he just drove that. He just cleared Yogi and just drove off. And now we're seeing Featherstone battling Yogi for 6th place.
There's something I missed in it that I was completely wrong about. Not all of our drivers can come into the pit lane. The 29, whoa! Yogi Schlier goes way up to the high side. Almost makes contact with the wall, but there he makes contact with the backstretch wall. So that car not handling the same on this new set. Like I was saying a minute ago, Wayne Cannon has not pitted. He is running in 4th, and he's still on that original set. He just now lost the spot to the 8 of Hollenbaugh. But Wayne Cannon, sitting in 5th right now, has yet to come into the lane.
Yeah, I guess that car, it's running on bean burritos and tacos and all that stuff for both Taco Bell. But yeah, he's definitely fallen off the pace for sure. That boy
I think
needs
that'd
to come
be an
get some
effective
tires.
fuel. I really think it'd be effective.
Yeah, he's got the cooking oil in there, and yeah. For sure. Yeah, he'll have the gas to put the gas back in the car for sure.
There you see Yogi Schlier going to go around. Spainhour going to go around as well. But Terry J. Spainhour is up towards the front. He is in 3rd. So it tells you how strung out this field has gotten. Because Spainhour, who's currently in 3rd, is passing the 7 of Yogi Schlier, who is already 1 lap down. The only drivers still on the lead lap are that of Young, Cansdale, and Spainhour. Let's look back to that lead. The gap has been narrowing between Young and Cansdale. It's now down to 1.6 seconds. So Cansdale still closing slowly to the back bumper of the 89. The question is, does he have enough laps to get there?
Yeah, that'll definitely be the question. And as these tires, as we see Benjamin Hollenbaugh get a little loose coming to the start-finish line. And here we see Cannon coming in. He's got a little damage on that front end.
Yeah, that was from earlier when he made contact with the 10 of W. Spainhour. So he finally brings it on to pit road after 86 laps out there on those tires. Cannot believe he made those work, but started to lose positions. And I think he realized that it was not going to work to stay out there on that strategy. What about Yogi Schlier running top 5?
Yeah, Yogi Schlier, good old boy from originally Gastonia, North Carolina, but now in Wilmington along with Daniel Jones. Really good race car driver. I'm surprised he's in this race, Scott, because he was running in the trucks at Vegas on Friday and flipped out of the racetrack. And I guess when he went to the Infield Care Center, they cleared him and said he could come and race today.
Well, glad to see him virtually all safe and sound. The gap and battle for the lead continues to close. We're going to send you to commercial. We'll be right back with the rest of this race with the mini stocks of 4Wide Motorsports from Five Flags.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. Iracing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iracing.com.
Under 25 laps to go, Austin Cansdale continues to close in on the 89 of Bradley Young. It's now under half a second, the gap between your leaders.
Oh, man.
So Cansdale is coming. He has been slowly closing it down lap after lap after lap, but under 25 laps to go now. Can he make the pass?
Yeah, it'll definitely be interesting as he's caught all the way up to Bradley Young. But I tell you, old Terry W. Spain has really given him a tough go at it, and Spainhauer's pulling his best Ryan Newman impression as he was tough to pass. But now that Cansdale's got around, as you can see, as we ride on board, he's really cut the gap big time for sure, Scott.
He's been cutting it down. Let's remember the 89 only took 2 tires on his pit stop. 33 has a fresh set of 4 from the pit stop. He's been slowly able to close it. Now it's under 0.3 of a second. Can Bradley Young do his best defense? 20 laps is a lot to go on defense.
Yeah, and as the laps wind down, the tires still get raw and get bald, and you know, at the end of this thing, old Bradley Young might be running on rims as this race is. Oh, Yogi into the wall.
Yeah, Schleer trying to get up the high line out of the way of these leaders. Meanwhile, Cansdale going to try to take it to the outside, going to arc to the inside. A little bit of crisscross here, goes a little bit on the apron. Not able to keep that momentum up, trying to move some different lines. We see Yogi Schleer, heavy contact with the outside wall. But the battle for the lead continues on. Meanwhile, the 10 of W, Spainhour, was down on the bottom. He is able to get back to the pit lane, so we will not see a caution. The leaders making contact here. Look back at what happened. Big contact between Schleer and the 10. So that's what got them all messed up there on the front straightaway. Battle for the lead is on. Bradley Young blocking every which way he can. Cansdale going to try to take it to the high side and pinch down the 89. He gets very close to the wall. Can he do it from the outside? That was Bradley Young's best move to try to keep the inside blocked off.
Yeah, but look at Cansdale, how his car is just rocketed. He's found some grip on that high line, and right here, Scott, he's going to pull alongside of him. Not quite, gets to the corner panel, but just can't make the pass.
Yeah, has a little bit of momentum, but here you can see the 89 has the bottom line, has the dominant line. They're door to door. Bradley Young got to widen out that corner if he wants to have anything at it. Going to be contact here. Yeah, gives him the door. So the 89 gives Cansdale the door, knocks him back behind him. Bradley Young trying to do everything he can to hold on to this lead. Contact between them.
Oh, here we go.
If you can give the contact, you got to be able to receive it. Bradley Young is going to go high here. It's going to open the door to the inside for Cansdale.
Yeah, definitely going to open the door. And yeah, Bradley Young slammed the door on Cansdale. And Cansdale, this is not over yet, Scott, because payback's coming, and it's coming fast for sure.
Well, Bradley Young's doing a great job here to hold off Cansdale. Slides in way too deep there into turn number 3. Cansdale going to get the wall. So that's going to lose him time back to the back of Bradley Young. but he's able to catch right back up. It tells you how the tires have such an advantage here for that 33, but as long as Bradley Young can keep Cansdale behind him or to the outside, he's been doing an excellent job at defense.
Yeah, definitely been doing a job at defense. But I'll tell you, Scott, that scrape on the wall, it looked like it gave Cansdale a little boost because he was right on that back bumper as Cansdale.
Here we go. Back to the lead for the 33, Bradley Young. A valiant effort, but just could not hold on to it. Those tires were too gone for him to battle any longer with Austin Cansdale. Bradley Young 8 seconds ahead of Terry J. Spainhour. So as long as he can keep that nose clean, he will have a second place finish. Nothing to be too upset about tonight.
Yeah, definitely nothing to be too upset about tonight, but you try telling a race car driver that second, it's okay, you know. As the great Ricky Bobby said, if you're not first, you're last. So that's what I think Bradley Young's mindset is. But yeah, great day in the points as he hits the wall right there. Dang.
Gonna get the wall a little bit for that 89 machine. You're gonna drift high here out of turn number 2 with 8 laps to go. We're most likely going to see your finishing order here right now. Terry J. Spainhour here, sitting in third. Yogi Schleer is going to go by, but Schleer is 4 laps down.
Yeah, that heavy contact really hurt Yogi's race, but I tell you, this looks like it's Austin Cansdale's race to lose for sure.
Cansdale just has to keep it clean out there in that 33. Looking through our field, looking all around the charts. The other Spainhour is 6 laps down. Bradley Young here still sits in second. The 8 behind him is actually in 4th, already a lap down. So most of our field, except the top 3, is either a lap down or more. Goes to show Emmett how dominant these top 3 have been.
Yeah, it definitely shows. Just want to give a shout out to Hunter Carlson. See, he's tuning in. Our FWM modified inaugural series champion. So great to see he's tuning in.
Under 5 laps remaining here in this opening race of the 4 Wide Motorsports Mini Stock Tour, and Austin Cansdale leads the way to them. He started on the outside of the front row, was able to hunt down Terry J. Spainhour for this lead. Then 89 goes out there, takes 2 tires, but Cansdale was able to hunt him down. Didn't make the pass easily, though.
Yeah, and Scott, I want to say, your Hunter Carlson has issued a challenge, said he's coming for Cansdale next week. Got to show him what the high side tickler is. So watch out for that next week, folks.
We'll see your champion of the modified series here in the mini stocks next week. So might give Cansdale some more competition because Cansdale's been running away with it here. White flag in the air. So one more time around with a CRN, 1 to go. And what a drive for Austin Cansdale. He'll coast it through turns 3 and 4 and take the checkered flag. He'll win in your opening race of the Mini Stock Tour.
Yeah, finally Austin Cansdale gets it done. You know, like we said, he's been oh so close in the modifieds, and now he finally gets that first win in the FWM Iracing series. Huge shout out to Lucky and the boys for sure.
Well, he wasn't lucky today. He was just good. He was skillful, put himself where he needed to be, parks it down on the front straightaway to burn it down.
Oh, he hit the wall on his burnout, but I don't think that's going to help.
These mini stocks, definitely, they're difficult to get to do burnouts. So we'll see the 33 go for the Polish victory lap in celebratory fashion. What a great job from him. We'll get him into the booth here when we can to get to talk to our winner. looking back, we just had a great race here. A very clean race, 0 cautions. And Austin Cansdale just able to work through and do what needed to be done to get the win. He's trying to get it burning down again. And you see him locking up the front tires, trying to get it going, but can't quite do it. He'll park it back on the start-finish line. Barney the flag man standing up there. We don't really need Barney anymore. The checker flag has been waved. I guess he's just standing at his post.
Yeah, I guess he's just standing there waiting for Cansdale to hop out of the car and go get that checker flag. He's waving it in front of him like that old State Farm commercial. I got you $1. You got to be quicker than that. But yeah.
Take a look back at our yes sir moment of the race. It was the pass for the lead early on from Austin Cansdale, and even though Bradley Young got in front of him later out of the pit strategy, we knew that Cansdale was the fastest. So that moved the initial pass for the lead. Our yes sir moment of the race. Our honorary yes sir moment of the race. This, from our producer, is the true yes sir moment of the race. It was the other pass for the lead. The battle between Bradley Young and Cansdale. You saw Cansdale do it from the outside. And so he passed for the lead twice in dominant form.
Yeah, that was definitely interesting. We saw the whole time these cars were dominant on the bottom, but Austin Cansdale was able to rocket it on that outside line.
We're going to send you quickly to commercial, but don't go anywhere. We'll have results and our interview when we come back.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. Iracing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iracing.com.
We've got your winner here from Pensacola, Austin Lucky Cansdale. And Austin, this one has been a long time coming. And let's quickly talk about it because I know Emmett will ask you how it feels. Talk about this race. You had 2 passes for the lead. I know the last one was a little bit more difficult. Talk to me about getting around Bradley Young and getting it done on the outside.
Oh man, it was hard because I had my car set up for the low line, man. And once he saw me in his rear view, I saw he was starting to shade down to the bottom line, and I knew when I was going to get to him, I'm going to have to pass him up high. And then I got there once, and then I don't know if he hit the apron, slipped up, missed his point, and just hit me in the door, and it just caught me by surprise. And we got back by about 3 cars, and then just went around the bottom, that was hooking the bottom really good all race, and just caught back up to him and finally made the pass. And car was great all night.
Emmett?
So, our FWM Modified Series champion, Mr. Hunter Carlson, chimed in and said, he's coming for you next week. Going to show you what that high side tickler is. What do you got to say about the words from Hunter Carlson?
Hunter's really fast. I mean, I've only been on iRacing for maybe a month or 2, and it's just, I'm keeping up with the likes of Hunter, Austin Pack. I mean, an actual modified driver, keeping up with him every week. I mean, it's just getting faster and faster, dude. I'm just trying to do the best I can do to win, and it's amazing to finally actually get my first win with my friends, my family all watching. I mean, it's so special.
Yeah, well, I know you've been fast on the console side, running with you and everything, and glad to see that you finally got her done on the iRacing side. Go celebrate, buddy.
I appreciate it.
No problem.
Well, glad to have you get the dub finally, Austin, and so glad. It's been a long time coming for you. Before we let you go, anyone you'd like to thank tonight?
I just want to thank Cannon for putting on an amazing league, allowing me to admin. My girlfriend Jasmine, she's watching. She's been my rock ever since we started dating. My buddy Eric, my best friend, I know he's watching. Shout out to Eric. He's one of my biggest supporters. He watches every race. My biggest fan probably. So, and my mama, that's my soul right there.
Well, there we go. You heard it here first. Congratulations, Austin. Go celebrate. Well, that is going to do it all for us here tonight. Got your race summary here. 125 laps complete. 0 caution, 0 lead. Excuse me, 0 changes. Lead changes. There were 4 of them, however. But your race analysis here. Unofficial results, Austin Cansdale getting the win. Bradley Young, Terry J. Spainhour second and third. And fourth was new driver of Benjamin Hollbaugh. Then fifth and sixth, it was Gerald Berlin, Adrian Featherston. Then back there you can see drivers going out and being a few laps down. Wayne Cannon in seventh, Yogi Schleer in eighth. Ninth and 10th, Terry W. Spainhour, and your last driver, Daniel Jones. So it didn't go the way for the Jones man. Again, what is up and coming? Thursday through Sunday, we've got racing action. 4Wide Motorsports will be in the late model stocks at Hickory. Then it'll be the 2 races Friday and Saturday with the Easter Bunny 150. This will also be at Hickory. Then Sunday we go over to Bristol in the high banks of Tennessee for the Leadfoot Racing League. Emmett, your thoughts on tonight?
Sorry, I didn't mean to come in early. Yeah, great race. A lot of green flag action, We did see some calamity, but it wasn't enough to bring out a caution. So these boys kept it clean for the most part, but great side-by-side racing, and I'm excited to see what about next week for sure.
It's going to be a good one from your race next week. I believe, where are we going? Where are we going, Mr. Producer Man? I don't have access to our schedule just yet. See where we are going. He's looking around to make sure we had it and get everything. Big thanks to Whiplash SimCams. Well, we're going to Hickory, so it is a weekend. We'll be at Hickory all the way around Thursday through Sunday. So if you love racing at Hickory, don't miss us this weekend. We've had a great night here. We'll be back next week at Hickory for the race. Again, thank you to Whiplash SimCams, our sponsor for the cameras this race. That'll do it all for us. If you do join, you want to get all the updates and everything else going on here, join our Discord, scan the QR code, or it'll be in the description below. But thank you to Cody Deemers, our man in production, my colleague in the booth, Emmett Crow. My name is Scott Shive, and we'll see you later on this week.
This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of Elevated Broadcasting. Elevated TV would like to thank all of our fans for your continued support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.